Well, I'm quite limited, actually. The meeting is going on, and as soon as it is over, I will have to run.
Okay. I want to start by asking you about developments in the Middle East, and specifically the fact that America is actively considering striking Iran. What's Russia's reaction to that?
Well, we think that the situation is extremely tense, and it's dangerous, not only for the region, but globally wise. And enlargement of the geography of the conflict, enlargement of the composition of participants of the conflict potentially is extremely, even more dangerous. This is our attitude, and it will lead only to, let's say, another circle of confrontation and escalation of tension in the region. Potentially, it's extremely dangerous.
And how concerned are you about the prospect of regime change in Iran?
Well, you know, yesterday this question was asked to President Putin when he talked to news media.
It's a valid question, surely.
Yes, and he said that I even don't want to speak about that, he said. So it's unimaginable. It's unimaginable, and it should be unacceptable. Even talking about that should be unacceptable for everyone.
But it is being talked about.
Unfortunately.
Donald Trump has been openly speculating about it. What do you make of that language? Is it irresponsible, inflammatory?
Well, he never said about a definite decision on that.
But he's speculating about killing Iran's supreme leader.
We would rather not do that by ourselves.
If it were to happen, though, that Israel assassinated Ayatollah Ali Khamenei with US assistance, how would Russia react?
Very negatively. Very negatively. We will strongly disapprove it.
Would it prompt any action?
Well, actually, it will lead to an action coming from inside Iran. Iran's society is very well organized and very well consolidated, and it will lead to birth of extremist moods inside Iran. And those who are speaking about that, they should keep it in mind. They will open the Pandora box. We did a lot of mistakes, and we did open lots of Pandora boxes through last decade. Why should we do another mistake?
Now, Russia has offered to mediate the conflict, but it seems like Donald Trump has spurned Vladimir Putin's offers. He said that he told the Russian president, "Do me a favor, mediate your own conflict." What's Moscow's response to that?
Well, as a matter of fact, we're not insisting that we should mediate. We just saying that we have a potential to mediate. Should it be necessary and should it be wanted by countries involved, now we're speaking about Israel and Iran, then we'll be ready, because yes, we have a relationship of strategic partnership with Iran, and we have quite a working, constructive relationship with Israel. And President Putin, he spent quite a significant time talking to Prime Minister of Israel, President of Iran, President of the United States, Chairman Xi of China, President of UAE, and other countries. So he's deeply involved, and he knows what is going on. And using our good relationship, constructive relationship with all the parties concerned, we could be of use. Should it be wanted, we can help. Should it not, we're not going to do anything.
But that specific remark from Donald Trump, saying that he told Vladimir Putin, "Do me a favor, mediate your own," that's a bit of a put down, isn't it? How did Vladimir Putin
No,
react?
not at all. Not at all. Listen, everyone has a different language. President Trump has his own unique way of speaking and his unique language. We're quite tolerant. We expect everyone to be tolerant to us. And reciprocally, we're tolerant to our vis-a-vis. So that's why we don't consider it a wrong statement. Well, yes, we have a conflict with Ukraine, and we would prefer to solve our problems through peace negotiations. And until we don't have this chance at hand, we're going to continue our military operation.
This offer to mediate and these calls for de-escalation, isn't that a bit hypocritical from Russia, with respect, given that the country has been waging war against
President
neighbour for 3
President Trump is
years?
insisting that it should happen, the settlement should happen overnight. And,
Sorry, I mean regarding Iran, these offers to mediate, this urge for Russia urging others to show restraint, isn't that hypocritical of Russia, given that Russia's been waging war on its neighbour for more than 3 years? Isn't that a bit rich, coming from Vladimir Putin?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Why not? You've been dropping bombs on your neighbour for more than 3 years. How is that?
We're dropping bombs on his military, on our neighbor's military infrastructure, because we have to get him deprived of military potential.
How is that setting an example of de-escalation, showing restraint?
There are different reasons. There are different reasons. Not a military bloc was trying to infiltrate Iran to get closer to Israel, thus constituting a threat to Israel. And NATO military infrastructure was getting inside Ukraine, thus getting closer to our borders, and proclaiming the ultimate goal of swallowing up Ukraine, thus being next to our borders and then deploying military infrastructure. We couldn't afford that, and we will never afford that.
On the Ukraine conflict then, on peace talks,
Yes.
what's going on with the peace talks? We've had 2 face-to-face meetings, and the only thing that's been agreed are these 2 prisoner swaps, which were being periodically agreed without face-to-face talks. Is Russia serious about these talks, or are they just theatre?
Russia is very serious. Russia is very serious. There is a third achievement you forgot to mention: exchange of draft memorandums.
Which could have happened without face-to-face talks.
Everyone can happen without face-to-face talks. The only one cannot is small steps towards mutual confidence. You cannot reach a result without a slightest mutual confidence. And to reach it, you have to look at the eyes of your counterpart.
So why doesn't Vladimir Putin meet directly with Volodymyr Zelensky and look into his eyes then?
Who is going to tackle all the details? Presidents?
Well, they have plenty of staff and assistants and administration.
Yes, that's why we keep saying, let's staff and
I'm sure others would accompany them at the meeting.
Let's let them do their homework. If it lasts for 1 week, that's good. If it lasts for 1 month, that's good. Would prefer it to be as short as possible. But when their homework is done, then it will be a turn for a highest level meeting, for the summit. And President Putin only yesterday night has confirmed his readiness to do the summit after the homework is done on the expert level.
So how soon could it happen?
It depends on the results. Next week we'll be waiting for agreement on the dates of a third round of expert negotiations. Let's wait and see what is going to happen. We'll have to exchange our mutual reaction on the memorandums drafts.
It's now been more than 3 months since Donald Trump first proposed a 30-day ceasefire. Russia still hasn't agreed to it. Surely that's plenty of time to have ironed out the issues that Vladimir Putin first raised when it was first proposed. Why not just agree to it?
Well, because there are lots of issues to be tackled before announcing a ceasefire. So if the ceasefire is on, who is going to do monitoring?
These are the same issues that were raised more than 3 months ago. Why haven't those questions been answered?
No.
Why not?
Who answered those questions?
No, I'm asking why haven't they? If you're serious about...
Will the United States, Great Britain and NATO countries continue military support, hourly military support to Ukraine after the ceasefire? Will shipments of armaments continue to Ukraine, or will they stop? Will Ukraine continue mobilization? And will Ukraine continue movement of the regiments to get their position better, to improve their positions on the fronts?
So you're concerned about Ukraine rearming, regrouping, in a ceasefire.
We're concerned about Ukraine being pumped up by new armaments and so on and so forth, thus getting prepared for another offense.
Wouldn't Russia do exactly the same? Use a ceasefire to rearm and regroup and move its forces around?
If the same is done, then there is no need for ceasefire. Now we have a strategic advantage. Why should we lose it? We're not going to lose it. We're going further, we're advancing, and we'll continue to advance.
So that's surely the real reason why you won't agree to a ceasefire.
No, this is the de facto situation.
If you continue to make gains on the battlefield...
President Putin has said that we will be ready to announce ceasefire as soon as we have answers to all these questions. But we don't have answers. No one is answering.
Can Russia commit to not rearming and regrouping and moving its forces around if a ceasefire is announced?
Well, of course. Ceasefire is a ceasefire. You ceasefire and you stop. But America is not saying that. We'll quit any supplies next second. Great Britain is not saying that as well. France is not saying that as well.
But you're giving your commitment here. Russia would do that.
Most commanders are not saying that as well. This is the problem.
How realistic is it that the war will end this year?
We hope for the best. We would like the war to end tomorrow or even tonight.
What chances do you give it, though?
Do you know what is going to happen tomorrow in modern world? No, you don't. Either do I.
Just on Russia-US relations, there's a lot of talk at the forum and a lot of speculation about the prospect of lifting sanctions and US companies returning. How likely is that, do you think?
Before the settlement, it's very much unlikely. But together with the settlement, it is likely. Thank you.
Thank you very
much.
Bye.
See you. Давай мне бумажки. Так, я держу. Привет.